Welcome everybody to the history of Chichèn Itzà Mexico video, where you have the tour guys actually doing the in terms of the history speaking. So this video was in terms of design for those who are going for the first time. We use the TripAdvisor app, which you just seen a glimpse of, called Avatar. So we were able to book the trip. Just make sure that when you're booking the trip that they pick you up from the hotel. It'll save you a lot of headache. So that's what we did, and they included loads of extras as well, in terms of like meals and so forth, and a fully tour guide, included the tickets as well, so that's very important as well, otherwise you'll end up getting loads of extras, which we didn't think to do. So I'll leave it to the tour guide in terms to give you some more information about our trip.
Nuestra agencia de viajes tiene un bonito programa para este paseo. Travel Agency has a beautiful program for this excursion. Necesito a una persona de su familia despierta. We need one person of your family awake. Alright. Vamos a explicarles qué vamos a ver, qué vamos a conocer este día. We're going to explain what we're going to do, what we're going to see today. And then, siesta time. Luego le damos tiempo para dormir. Entonces, si compró este paseo para dormir, no se desespere. If you book this tour for sleep, don't despair. Pero como vamos a otro estado mexicano, but we go to other Mexican state, we're gonna travel for 130 miles. Viajaremos por 220 kilómetros. One taxi is charged you more than $200. Un taxi cobra más de $200. If you miss the transportation, si se pierde la transportación, so you have to pay a taxi. Tiene que pagar un taxi. We don't want you to pay taxi. No queremos que pague taxi. Normal days to work. So the government with them, they organize and built and a place they call it a Maya cooperative. Hace 12 años la gente maya que vive dentro de las la comida no está lista, el restaurante lo están limpiando, sanitizando. Entonces 20 sí, es guarantee, le dan un boleto, recibo como garantía, ¿verdad? We receive houses to exposition, different items made at home. Y muchas de esas familias mayas que viven aquí, ¿verdad? Pues usan el frente de sus casas para exponer esas cosas bonitas, ¿verdad? Que ellos hacen. Pasamos unas personas que tienen ahí sombreros, grados de piedra, madera, bolsas. Bueno, aquí we'll stop in a few minutes in the Maya cooperative, en unos minutos más.
As a tour group mentioned, stick with the group. Remember your buses. Keep your belongings with you. Thankfully, we didn't have any incidents, but it was really good. If it was included, make sure you check for the vegetarian options and obviously halal options, which there isn't any, to be honest. But yeah, here the admission was included. So this is something that just make sure that's included. Make sure you get picked up from the hotel. So yeah, do that little bit of research. Like I said, we used the one Avatar was called, I believe, through TripAdvisor. Anyway, it was one of their sister companies we used. So once you go through the intense security, make sure you obviously got your mask, but once you're in there you don't need a mask, so obviously due to COVID rules. Then in terms of your tour group starts, so yeah, so there's a lot of things that you can buy here as well. Obviously you got your haggling as well to do. So in this video, hopefully what will happen is the person will, in terms of give you a history on the Mayans pyramid. Just remember to like, share and leave your comments. That will and subscribe, of course. That'll help me a lot in terms to bring out some more video and content as well. And check out our website as well, is it halalharam.com. So shortly you'll start hearing about the history of the Mayans pyramids, about the people that lived there back many years ago, and in terms of the history and the culture and the religion regarding this oldest Mexican tribe and one of the 7 wonders of the world as well. So hopefully you'll enjoy. I did do a 360 video which I'm going to upload later on, so you can actually see it in all 360 format. So I went around the pyramid, and that was really good, so worth checking out later on, and obviously some of the other videos that we uploaded as well. Thank you. And now, like I said, I'll leave it to the tour guide to give you the history lessons about it. Before I forget, suntan and in terms of water bottles, very important here.
that's the most important building here, the most important temple. The name is the Temple of Pyramid of Kukulkan. I don't know you know this name, Kukulkan. In Cancun, for example, the main boulevard, the main avenue at the Hotel Zone is Kukulkan Avenue. Right, you know that? Okay, perfect. So, the original name of Kukulkan is Quetzalcoatl from central part of Mexico. So, why is Kukulkan? Because it's different language. Central part of Mexico is Nahuatl language. Here is Mayan language. By the same translation, the feather serpent, the god of the sun, the god of the agriculture, the god of the fertility. Right? Okay. So the biggest restoration in Chichèn Itzà was during 12 years. 12 years the archaeologists were working here. Archaeologists from the Carnegie Institution of Washington, United States, the INA Institute in Mexico, and the local museum. And at that time, 89 years ago, they found something inside that building. Another building, another pyramid. It's an inner pyramid. So this one is above the other one. Right? So, ¿qué pasó? Aquí está cayendo. Okay, supervisor checking everything here. Okay, so this is another pyramid inside this building, right? Imagine the surprise of those guys in that time. And now archaeologists are working again, but it's completely different than 80, 90 years ago. Why? Because now are using high technology. And with high technology, they found something else. For example, they found another pyramid inside this building. So there are two inside this one, or three in one. They were made one above the other one. So who's the oldest pyramid? The smaller one. Was made 500 years AD. The second one was made around 800 years AD, and this one, which is the newest pyramid, was made around 10 or maybe 1100 years AD. So this one had like 1,000 years old. This one, the newest one, right? So the color that you can see now is the color of the limestone. We have limestone everywhere here. This is limestone, by the way. Oh, this stone is limestone. So the peninsula of Yucatan is a huge block of limestone. Our limestone everywhere. So it was very easy for those people to have this stone. But they took it not from here, from that side, to this place and make this kind of buildings. So now it's called limestone, remember, but at that time have different colors. In general, the Mayas used green, brown, gray, yellow, white, black, right? Natural colors. Colors coming from where? From the environment. From the trees, bark of the trees, the leaves, some fruit, some flowers, right? Insects, minerals, they mix colors, so brilliant colors. So it made how beautiful was those kind of buildings in that time. It was perfect, right? So, in Mexico, we have different groups. Maybe you know that we have one Aztecs or two Mayas here. But we have exactly 64 different groups, not only one. Not only Aztecs and Mayas. 64 different groups. Different groups, okay? But the Maya were living here. The pure Maya were living here, but no more than 900 years AD. Because in that time, groups from central Mexico emigrate, came from that place to this place and mixed with the Mayas. Okay, that group came here, changed everything here in Chichèn Itzà, because that group was completely different than the Mayas. That group came with different ideas, different ideologies, different gods, different religion, and came with something very important in that time. Tradition from those people from central Mexico. human sacrifices. The Mayans, original ones, pure ones, didn't practice human sacrifice, or maybe once in a while. That group came here and mixed with the Mayas. The Mayas of this part of the land start to practice human sacrifice. Which kind? Different ones, but special three in Chichèn Itzà. The first one and the most important was the heart extraction human sacrifice. The second one, decapitation. And the last one, they push people inside the sacrificial wells known as cenotes. Cenote is a water well, sinkhole, cave water, right? The most important, famous, is Chichèn Itzà, and it's in that direction, behind bushes. Can you see the platform? There's a path. From here to that side, 5 minutes, in the sacrificial well. Every time you do not, there's no problem. Because later, you're gonna go back to the bath, or you have to go to another one where if you want, you can swim and enjoy the place. Not in that side. That side, if you get in, you cannot get out. Right? There's no fun to live. No stairs, steps, ropes, nothing. A lot of people will not die in that place. For many, many years ago, right? So, Chichèn Itzà is famous for many things. Buildings, pyramids, but basically it's famous for the natural phenomena that happen here. Especially one. The name is equinox. I don't know if you know this name, equinox. Equinox means equal. The day has 24 hours, so equal is 12 and 12, right? Day and night. So in those special dates, which is March and September, something happened in that day. For us now, it's a natural phenomenon, right? For us, it's an optical illusion. For us, it's science, but not in that time. Just imagine 1,000 years ago, okay, for those people, was a God descending and staying with humans. Imagine up there, that door. Imagine up there, the high priest talking to the people. There are no microphones, speakers, right? Imagine full, turn all over the kingdom, or maybe in those platforms where dancers, musicians, people here with different colors, red, blue, plumes, feathers, headdresses, okay? Water playing drums, maybe, screaming, crying, and that guy talking about human sacrifices, how impressive was all of the that I mentioned before. And also, the people watching the God, and the God stay with them, how impressive. To see this, we have to move a little bit. Are you ready? Let's go. Vamos together. But check the building, check the pyramid. Can you see that in each side of the pyramid are like some terraces going up like this? Or from the top is the temple and then the terraces. In this side there is a line. That line is part of the stairway on the other side. Forming like some triangles. You see triangles? So how work this? Today, March and September, from 3:45 in the afternoon to 5 o'clock, the sun's in that side shines barely. So the light of the sun passes through those angles. Project the sun where? Here. It's a wall. Forming triangles of light. Like this. Let me show you. Let me show you the first triangle of light. You see? Then it's this one. The other one. The other one. Got it? Can you see something on the bottom of the pyramid?
Yes.
The snake head in the stone?
Yeah.
So the sun shines the snake head. Let me show you. She's here.
What time?
Showing us from 3:45 to 5 o'clock. Remember? Showing us one God descending and staying with humans. If you think that he's impressed with the sun, imagine with the moon. 3 a.m., full moon. At that time, there's no electricity, so they illuminate everything, all the buildings with fire, with torches. Imagine I priest right there, torches in front, okay, talking. How I always try to imagine how it was in that time. We have more information about this pyramid about before. Did you hear somebody clapping? Yeah? Also, we're going to clap. But not now. We're going to do it at the end of the information in the other side of the pyramid. Not this one. The other side is the main facade. So we'll finish in that side. Rather, we're going to clap. Inclusive better than those guys. We're going to do it. But now, we try to find some shade and then we go back. Let's go. Vamos. Go to the border, we have shade over there and breathe. Somebody asked me if it's allowed to climb buildings. No, it's forbidden. Okay, the reason is preservation. Preservation is the reason. When the archaeologists were working in Chichèn Itzà and another sites in Mexico, the archaeologists found new carving. I don't know if you know what new means. New means, for example, I was here, the date, I love you, Carlitos, Carlitos, right? Graffiti, see? And also the archaeologists saw how the people were taking stones. So the people were disappearing. And that's what they said, no more, we need to stop the damage while you are here because somebody protected for you. Okay? That's why. But we need to create this kind of site, not only in Mexico, in all of the South, we can find this kind of old shapes, right? Old cut. But we'll stay here, this place. This is the biggest ball game court, or the biggest arena, found it all over the ancient times. The biggest one. We're talking about the Mayan culture. There are two kind of games. One is like a game, and this one is was a ritual game. Was completely different, right? So normally they hit the ball with the hips like this and pass the ball through the stone ring. The stone ring normally stay or is right next to the body of the player or a little bit higher. But check that one. There's another one in front, but check that one. Higher. 7 meters or like a 21 feet high, more or less. So really high. So how hard or how difficult was that ball through the stone ring? Well, really hard to do it because it's high. The ring is not like a basketball. It's in this position, right next to the wall. This ball like this big, and the rubber ball one like this. So they have all this space. So the ball, and the problem was how heavy is a ball. Really heavy, really heavy. The archaeologists mentioned from 9, another one's mentioned 12, and another one mentioned inclusive 16 pounds. Really heavy, 16 pounds. Okay? With the hips, impossible. That's why here they used another technique. Much better than the first one. Okay, here they use this, for example, but also they use this to hit the ball. This 1 foot with protection, of course, and also they use or they have a bat like a cricket or baseball, a racket like a tennis or badminton. 2 teams, 7 players per team, 6 in this side, 6 in the other side, and the 7th player who was the best one, the most important, or the captain, was in that platform or in this one below the stone ring. By the way, the spectators were above the stone rings. Maybe not you, but you can see the steps just outside. Okay, so you have an idea of the dog, right? So if you see, it's not a big place for spectators. Why? Because not everybody have the opportunity to stay here to get in this kind of special events. Only the high class, very, very important people, the royal class. Right? Aware? Remember? So, we don't know yet how many minutes or hours or days was this game. But we know what happened when they had the ball through the stone ring. The game stopped and start the most important activity, a ritual of a human sacrifice, decapitation. And the question here is, who lost the head? Many people say the losers, and other people say the winners, right? But now the archaeologists are agreed, maybe change again information, but they said the player that lost the head was the guy who had the opportunity to stay there on the other side and pass the ball through the stone ring. I mean, the captain of the winner team. And the question is, why? Why the winner team, not the loser? Why? To understand this, we have to check something. First of all, the time. Different time, completely different time. How many years? Maybe 1,000 years ago. Just like an example, 1,000 years ago. Different time, different mind. Yeah? So, what else? What's an honor die for gods in that time? They believed in that place. 100% religious society. They believe in one life after this one. Better life, like many people believe actually. There's another life after this one. Right? So they have something completely different here. For example, now if you ask me now, Carlos, do you want to offer your life for God? I'm gonna say no. No, I'm happy here talking to you, lying you, okay? Yeah? No thanks. But imagine 1,000 years ago with something different here, different ideas, ideologies, different religion, right? So maybe I'm gonna say yes, yes, because I have something here. 1,000 now, like 500 years ago more or less, came in America Spaniards, Portuguese, Europeans. They had something different here than the native people in America, right? But here we have Spaniards. When the Spaniards arrived in Yucatan state or in Chichèn Itzà, the first that they saw was or were snakes. Snakes everywhere, everywhere. So the Mayan worshipped the snake. So one of the most important god was the feathered snake. And they said, why? Why these people, they call it Indians, right, are doing this? It's not good. This is for the demon, the devil. We need to stop this and we need to destroy the demon. Okay, and we need to convert these people to the right religion, Catholic religion, and start working there. So, these people, Spaniards, killed a lot of people, But they said something interesting. They said, all these people died on the name of the Lord, on the name of God. They said, Spaniards. Well, on this side, these people also killed a lot of people too. Human sacrifices, everything, but on the name of their gods. So what's wrong here? For me, both, because I'm killing people, right? Depends what they have here. The snake is just a reptile. That's it. That's it, a reptile. Bad for these people, but good for these people. The same, the reptile, right? So they say, I can kill people, but not you. You you kill it, it's not good. If they kill it, yes, it is. No, it depends what do we have here. Is it good or not? Right? So, in the other side was the king and family. On that side, the guest of the king. And up there, the service are, they practice all over the rituals, human sacrifice, decapitation. They go up using some steps away on the other side, and they were up there, right? So we have to move a little bit. We have to go, for example, not all the pyramid. Something up there, okay? 1, 2, 3.
Oh, yes, she can. Yeah. Really crazy. Can we do that?
Some people say that it's like a bird.
Can we do it?
The name of this bird is Quetzal. Quetzal. Coincidence or not, the original name of Kukulkan is Quetzal. Coatl. Coatl is snake. Quetzal, the plumes, the feathers, the bird. So the translation is the feather serpent. Right? Okay. What do you get? Example again. You have to be closer. You can hear closer. Clap like this. I'm going to show you. Let's count 3 times. So 1, 2, and the third clap will be stronger. We have to do it many times. Clapping and listening something. Imagine one name. I want to listen to the name, of course. Okay? 1, 2, 3. According with Mr. Newman, supposedly we can hear Kukulkan. Want to do it again? Yes. 1, 2, 3. The archaeologists who were working here, they were making different experiments. One did one. This, right? Experiment. And they said, if, only if the Mayas did it, they said was not clapping. They made special drums like in that time. With the wood of the trees, the skin of some animals, jaguars, deers, and when the people were playing the drums like in that time, the name of Kukulkan was really, really clear, much better than clapping. It was a big surprise for them. Because we don't know yet if they did it at the time. But they said, if they did it, was using the drum. And they said, imagine, I want to let you know, imagine, once again, imagine up there, or the high priest talking to the people, like I mentioned before, food, remember? The high priest up there saying something like, oh great people of Chichèn Itzà, our our God, Kukulkan is here. He was there. Say, watch it. And the people was watching the God descending. Watch it. Also, maybe listen to him. Maybe just play drums or say the name. Maybe also everybody he was repeating the name. Imagine if we say, oh, everybody here, that guy's over there, the people watching, he's got the descendant. Also, because what a big party, a big celebration. Everybody, alcohol, the wrong people. Also, special plants, rocks, peyote maybe, cannabis maybe, okay, and all special plants. Yeah, mushrooms. With all of these that I mentioned before, of course, I'm sure that these people saw this God descending with all of this because they believe in that person, they believe in that religion, and believe in that God. They're watching the God for different times. Okay? Well, in that building, ladies and gentlemen, the name is the Temple of the Warriors up there. They practice the hard fraction human sacrifice. Right next, there are circular columns. In the middle, you can do shade and breeze, what the market. And can you see you can see the platform of the inner building. You can go walking around the main pyramid. By the way, 4 meters away from here is the sacrificial well, and the exit. You see antenna that you have to take that way, go around the building, or use the same way to get in. And right there at the attached room or the Mayan hut, the Mayan house, will be waiting for you.
So, in terms of the tour, it's definitely worth having a tour guide with you. There are many people in terms of travel by themselves over here, but I think once you've been with a tour guide, then after that you could, in terms of pay another visit here. But I think in terms of that history lesson, the background to the site itself is worth in terms of paying that little bit extra for. Just like other countries, there's obviously there's a lot of haggling to do when you see some of the products here, and there is just more than the pyramids here as well. You got these other sites as well, just like when you go to Egypt in Cairo, and look at the pyramids. There's many other smaller pyramids as well. So here there was a whole historical site here as well to wander around. So if you have enough time, it's worth wandering around, taking some pictures and videos like we did. Really beautiful place to see, or worth the visit as well, especially if you're in Mexico anyway. So yeah, if you can, grab some souvenirs as well. Like I said, a lot of haggling to do. Just remembering not to get lost, and remembering obviously to go back at the time that they've stipulated as well. So that's very important. But apart from that, I hope you guys enjoyed it. And just remember to like, subscribe and share. Thank you.